Oh, there we go. It's in. Different shoes, new pedals. What could possibly go wrong? Now I'm loath to unclip just to see if it will unclip. Anyway, I think these shoes put my feet nearer to the crank arms. I'm going to have to adjust the cleats when I get home. But yeah, difficult to sleep last night. I think that can happen after a hard ride. And yesterday, Julie and I met up with Andre. We went for about nigh on 50 miles of gravel and road. And yeah, I don't mind admitting that actually it was harder than I expected. I don't think, there's any problem. But yeah, Julie especially was struggling at the end. I knew I'd been on the ride, but it's still enjoyable. Clear the brakes out. There we go. Bit wet and squeaky, wasn't it, last time I rode this bike? I did clean it, what have you, but sometimes you get a little bit of grit left in the brakes, don't you? There you go. All good. Right, so 20 to 6 and 4 degrees according to my phone. Feels cold on the face, I must admit. Yesterday out in the forest it got down to -1. Yeah, just by Rhinefield, ornamental drive there, and then we broke out onto the plain. Sun was up. It was an instant difference. It went up to about 4 straight away. When we'd left home it was actually 6. Is he going to stop? He is going to stop. Well done. Yeah, so quite a swing as far as temperature went yesterday. Enjoyable ride. Andre always likes to get out. He has family commitments on a Sunday. In fact, he has family commitments full stop. Yeah, large family. And yeah, he likes to get out early and then get home. We often see him around town. Not always on his bike. But as a bus driver, we bump into him from time to time. Not literally, obviously. Yeah, so yesterday's ride. Julie actually made it out before the hours of daylight. 7 o'clock we met, and head out via Wimborne, along the trailway, Burley, down to Brockenhurst. Yeah, the Terrace Cafe was open, so stopped there for a egg and bacon baguette, and then on we went. But yeah, Julie was flagging, it has to be said. But this is where the resilience comes in, isn't it? Because even though she was flagging, she was just slow, nothing more. She kept pedaling, kept going, didn't stop. And that's what resilience is, isn't it? The ability to keep going. Even when you really don't feel like it. And I think that's where time on the bike really is a benefit. Julie's doing her swimming and going to the gym, but I notice that has become more of a social thing. That's not to say it's not good. Nothing wrong with having a social life, but when it comes to fitness, not sure how that works. But then again, she has good days and bad days still, so to go out and every time she goes to the gym just to smash it, you know, that's not really what it's about at the moment still. Whenever she goes to the doctor always just reminds her that she's had major surgery. Now, I don't know if that's being over cautionary. Doctors tend to do that, don't they? Yeah, or if she really does need to still be easing herself back in gradually. I don't know, but yeah, one thing is for sure, she kept going yesterday, didn't stop, and that was amazing. I dare say she'll not do well today. Or maybe she will. I think I'll get back to my point I was making at the beginning of the ride, which I did so badly, just simply because I just tired from the ride yesterday, I think. Yeah. I noticed when I did the cross country from St David's to Lowestoft, towards the end I was doing sort of 100 miles every day, pretty much, you know, as near as damn it. Sometimes over, sometimes just under. I noticed towards the end, as I started to get a bit weary, I found it harder and harder to sleep, which didn't make sense to me at the time. Thought, surely, here I am so tired, you know, why am I not just falling asleep? It's something I've never had a problem with. And yesterday was like that, or last night, this morning, it's definitely very similar. I actually did stay awake right through to the evening. It's not like I sat on the settee and just zonked out. But yeah, we went to bed early, both of us feeling it a bit. And yeah, of course, awake at 2, then awake at 4. I was wide awake. No point trying to go back to sleep at 4 o'clock, is there? So here I am. I thought, recovery ride, why not? Get on the road bike, take it easy, get the legs spinning round, kick the metabolism back into action. I don't know. Get the energy flowing. We'll have to see how Julie is for the next couple of days. She has got swimming this morning, but again, I think it's more of a social thing this morning. She's meeting up with a friend. They're going to do lengths together. It's enjoyable for her. She gets to have company, chat about things. There's an amount of shared experience with this particular friend. So I think that's good. Even though I went through it with her, and I don't know, I'm quite observant. You know, we've been together a long time. I don't fully understand, you know, sort of like the mental side of it. Physical side, yeah, she's got to basically play her own game there. You know, I don't know how she feels. I can tell when things aren't quite right, but only she knows how not quite right they are. So anyway, blimey, 10 to 6. There's lots of cars out this morning. Don't usually see this many cars at 10 to 6, or when I come out early. Anyway, they'll probably all die off at 6 o'clock, won't they? Right, what we got here? Yeah, 6 o'clock starters. I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do a U-turn. Head down White Leg Way. I'm wearing Julie's lobster gloves this morning. I mean, I say they're Julie's, I actually bought them for me. I think I've worn them twice. This might be the third time. But with the Di2, they're actually quite good, because I've just got to remember to use the little finger for changing up, and the big fingers for changing down. So a little bit different, but it does mean I don't actually have to move my hand around that much. Yeah, I thought it might be awkward, but actually it's not. I can feel the buttons still. It's just a case of having them in, well, they are relatively in the right place compared to the buttons, to the levers. So yeah, they don't work too bad at all. But these were the biggest size that you could get. Planet X, I think they call them crab. I don't know what they call them, but you know, Planet X. They call them something slightly different to what they actually are. And these were the biggest size they had, and they're too small for me. Again, fingers jammed right up into the ends of the gloves. In fact, I can already feel the pins and needles starting to form. Yeah, instantly clears. But Julie likes them because she can wear a thin pair of gloves underneath, these over the top, and if it ever gets cold enough that that doesn't work, she has two choices, doesn't she? Either don't go out, or I fit the pogies. which are truly wonderful. Yeah, if you want warm hands, yeah, pogies or something else. In fact, I would say that pogies might get too hot very quickly. Yeah, if you keep them on your bike for too long. Yeah. Calm down. This is supposed to be a recovery ride, if such a thing exists. There we go. Oh, they went into Tesco. Oh, that smells good. Smell bacon. Cafes are opening, or getting ready to open. Right. I was going to try and avoid any sort of elevation today. Yeah, I've come the wrong way for that, haven't I? But I will put it in easy gears for sure. It's a funny thing actually, even after yesterday's ride, 50 miles on sludgy gravel, as soon as I got on the bike, I just felt good. I still feel good actually, even though there's a bit of gravity getting involved here. Oh, time it. Wrong button. Okay, so still getting used to the gloves. So I did notice yesterday that my fitness has certainly improved. I think I'd already said that in the last ride, but it was more obvious. Wasn't a lot of climbing, it's only 1200 feet in 50 miles. But some of those feet were quite sludgy and soft. And didn't really have a problem. Yeah, it was quite good. Yeah, it felt good. Didn't feel the need to go straight into the baby gear and just winch myself up. I did a little bit at the end so I could sort of ride up with Julie, moral support and all that. She'd have still made it. She doesn't need me to ride next to her, but you know, if it makes it slightly more pleasant for her, then I'm happy to do that. But yeah, Andre is quite a strong rider. He uses his bike to commute. He often carries quite a heavy pack. Yeah, all these things that if you use your bike for transport, you don't realise the benefits you're getting. It's not all about segments and workouts, you know. Yeah, sometimes it's just about riding your bike. Let everything else take care of itself. Now I am getting out of breath here, but I've just looked up. I'm nearly at the top, still in the big ring, centre of the cassette. That's a definite improvement. I mean, when I say centre of the cassette, yeah, 2-2. So what's that? 52.28. So much for a recovery ride then. Let's miss the speed humps. Whew. There we go. Van lifers. You see all the van lifers, don't you, on Instagram? Beautiful, picturesque locations. Dunelm. Yeah. I wonder how many times they sleep in car parks compared to these lovely locations. That was Turbury Retail Park. Yeah, always busy there. Not enough road capacity for what's there, as usual. Things have outgrown the original roads. But it's good at the moment because the road is closed. Just up the hill ahead for the waterworks. Everyone's avoiding this area, which is great, because it means for an area that is usually absolutely rammed, we can actually get about now. Yeah. I wonder how long it will stay like that after the works are done. The other thing I've noticed during these early morning rides, and it's happened quite quickly, is that my breathing has improved. I mean, I'm still out of breath and I'm still like huffing and puffing, but the actual breathing, tubes are clearer. It just, I don't know, yeah. My breathing has improved, let's just say that. Onto the new bit of bike path. Yeah, so we used the bikes on Saturday, went down to town, Julie went into Primani, got some Primani designer jeans obviously, and then we went to the stable, had lunch, back to Winton, picked up some milk and some other supplies from the supermarket. And that was done on the bike, because we do use the bikes for transport. And I really do think it makes such a difference if you just find any excuse to ride your bike. Once a week on a club ride or a Sunday morning group ride, it's not really enough. I don't think so anyway. Now I think, yes, there it is. Yeah, they expect you to go down here. The only problem with down here is, look, lots of front doorways. In the summer, I guess there'll be kids out here and all sorts, but it's nice and wide, so not too bad. Certainly quieter than going on the road. Yeah, so we do use our bikes for transport. I mean, who on earth would take their car into the centre of Bournemouth? Honestly, there's just really no need. For us, the centre of Bournemouth is 10 to 15 minutes, even on the basket bikes. Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes each way. And there's loads of places to lock your bike up. Neither of our bikes look particularly, how can I say, desirable. Yeah, they've got baskets on, for Christ's sake. Who wants to nick a bike with a basket on? The other thing is they're in amongst all the other bikes, so It's not like we're doing a GCN and just leaving it in a street on a railing with no other bikes around, so it stands out. We're putting it in amongst plenty of other bikes, because believe it or not, lots of other people ride into the centre of Bournemouth as well. There's always bikes on the bike stands. And I think little rides like that, walking around, doing some shopping, you know, this is the hidden workout, isn't it? And you don't even think about it, you don't even know you've done it. And it doesn't matter that you've just eaten 2,500 calories at the stable. What is it they say about, you know, go for a walk after dinner rather than fall asleep? Makes a huge difference, I think. So yeah, if you need to nip up the shop for anything, stick a backpack on your back, take your bike, see how it goes. It's probably easier than taking the car anyway. Don't have to find anywhere to park it for a start. You can pretty much park a bike anywhere, can't you? Most of us have got an old bike, an old mountain bike, or something, a cheap sort of Halford's bike or similar, tucked away somewhere that works. Or even if it doesn't work, make it work, because that is the perfect bike for chores around town. Yeah, we're good. Let's go. Anyway, that's my opinion. Bikes for transport. Yeah, a brilliant way to add to your fitness without even knowing it. Columbia Road, quite often wind behind and slightly downhill at the beginning here. Very rough surface. There's nothing behind me, so I'm staying out in the middle. Yeah, it keeps getting dug up quite often, as you can see. Potholes and drains and all sorts going on. But yeah, always quite a fast road though for cyclists. It does turn uphill here a little bit, just a little bit, but you don't really feel it. Little dig to get up this rise. It's the Fox. Julie always goes for it along here. Still nothing behind. Right, a little bit damp, so we'll take it easy. Oh, good fun. Ninja on a BMX. That's probably me once upon a time. Yeah, you didn't put lights on your BMX. That was really uncool. Close. No. It is a 40 and I'm only doing 26, but I don't think I'm holding anyone up. He's just catching me now, so it's no big deal. There we go, back up to the top of White Leg Way. Very zigzaggy route today. That's okay. I think we've safely come to the conclusion this morning, haven't we, that all miles are good miles. When you ride on the road, especially around here, it's not that hilly, but you do have to, dig in sometimes just to get up those little short rises. So you get your little segments and efforts without even realising. You don't need your head unit to come up with "climb!" exclamation mark just because you're going up a hill. It's the first thing I turned off when I got the new Wahoo. I don't need to know about summit segments. I can see with my eyes. I can feel with my legs. Everyone around me will either leave me behind or I will leave them behind. Yeah, that doesn't happen actually. There's enough information going on without a piece of technology going "climb!" exclamation mark. Yes, nothing worse than being shouted at by technology. of person, yeah, I don't mind that if somebody wants to give you encouragement, shout what they like. But technology, really? It's just a screen with no feelings. It doesn't care how fast you go up that hill. Yeah. Really turns me off, actually. That's why I don't do Zwift. I don't know what it is. Just technology telling me what to do all the time is not for me. For about, I don't know, 30 seconds, I did think to myself as Julie was recovering, should I get Zwift so she can work out at home in comfort, stop, start when she likes, depending on how she feels. So I think Julie would take to it. You know, she goes to a gym, for crying out loud. I mean, you know. I like the real life experience. Julie likes, or doesn't mind, let's say, a controlled environment. But it's the thin end of the wedge, isn't it? Because that's a ridiculous amount of money each month. And probably end up just drying your clothes on the bike. It's usually what happens with indoor trainers, isn't it? And then I thought, well, will it push her too hard too soon? In the end, I couldn't justify it in my mind. I couldn't straighten it in my mind. So, yeah, it didn't happen. Yeah, I don't think getting fit and riding your bike in the real world are two different things. Riding in a safe environment in your house gets you fit, but it doesn't get you ready for things that can happen, things you need to anticipate on the road. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that feeling of awareness when I'm on the road, traffic around me. I see some of these dash cam things with cyclists involved, and I just think, well, what were you even doing there in the first place? You know, roadcraft, it's a lost art. And when you're on a bike and you put yourself in dangerous positions, it's all very good shouting at people. I do understand it's very scary. However, yeah, a bit of extra light. Yeah, I think I'd like to try and keep the skill, if it is one, of anticipation and trying not to put myself in dangerous positions, trying not to rely on others to keep me safe. I mean, don't get me wrong, it happens. None of us are perfect. When somebody cuts us up, Julie gets very emotional and starts shouting and what have you. And that's fine, I get that. It's a vent, it's getting it out, the shock and what have you. But all the time that's happening, you're not paying attention to anything else that's happening on the road. And that's dangerous, I think. Have a shout, get over it quick, move on. You know, even stop if you have to. Go, 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 go on. Well done. Yeah, even stop and get over it if you have to, but don't be in the road waving your arms, looking back over your shoulder, not looking where you're going, not checking what the traffic's doing, just so you can shout at someone. Yeah. Because, oh, if that car hadn't have cut me up, that wouldn't have happened. Yeah, it don't wash. Yeah. Anyway, that's my little rant. Yeah, I don't like cyclists much. No, not true at all. We have met one or two who are a bit of a dick. But you find that in all walks of life, don't you? You know? It doesn't matter what you do as a hobby or as a pastime or in a group or a club, or you're always going to find people that, yeah, don't measure up in your opinion, let's say. And no doubt a lot of people think that about me too, and that's absolutely fine. That's the world we live in. That's real life. Yeah, so no problem as far as I'm concerned. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, I know that. And I know why. I know what my failings are, but you know, you can't really change who you are as a person, so I have to live with them. Anyway, we're heading into Holdenhurst village. I can see the hospital over there, Bournemouth Hospital, just off to my front right. We'll be coming out near there at Cooperdene. You've seen this before, or not, because it's usually dark, but you know what I mean. I'm usually going the other way actually along here. I don't mind suggesting, actually, I feel pretty good, even after yesterday's ride. But then, of course, road cycling is, all right, wait for it, much easier. Obviously, it depends on what speed you want to go. But if you're a road cyclist and you don't want to take your pride and joy out through the winter, yeah, get a gravel bike, go out on the gravel, get mucky, get in amongst the sludge and the dirt, and I'll tell you what, when you get back on your road bike in the spring, oh yeah, you're going to be fast and resilient. If you can go through a winter of gravel cycling, well, that's sludgy ground, hard pushing, yes, you'll be slower, but only relatively slower. I'm always staggered at just how easy road cycling feels in comparison. We make it difficult, don't we? By adding targets, PRs. Nothing wrong with that. That's your thing. But you know, that's not going to keep improving, is it? Eventually you're going to hit your limit, and without some drastic changes. Oh, cat! Flipping heck! Oh well, that's one of 9 gone. Actually running alongside. I think cats were cleverer than that, wouldn't you? Yeah, it's that last 2% all the time, isn't it? The amount of effort and training you need to put in just to reach that last 2%. It's that thing, isn't it, about, yeah, returns on your effort. If you can do 98% of what anybody can do, even the top people, then you're doing bloody well. Then you have to ask yourself, how much effort do I want to put in to get the last 2%, haven't you? That'll be a huge amount. Diminishing returns, that's the one I was trying to think of. Right. Around we go. Right, bus coming round. I think we're okay there. We can beat the bus, can't we? That's our local harvester. Open again. I think it's just had like a minor refit, maybe. It didn't seem to be shut for long. We'll have to go in there sometime, find out. Right, let's go up the hill onto what is for us the most boring road in Bournemouth. Two miles to home from here. Ninja runner, all dressed in orange. Probably she thinks we can see her. I only saw her because she was moving and a car went past. Oh, you'd have thought I'd known that was there by now, wouldn't you?